on live. Hey, welcome into the Snap Fantasy Football Podcast. Mac and Lando live here for week 3. The duo hasn't been together this whole season, mainly because of my fault. Some of it to do with Landon. There's always something to do with Landon. But the boys are back. We're here to get you right for week 3. Tons of stuff to go over. And I'm excited, man. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Week 3 is here. There's some really good matchups and some notable outs. You'll see that Mac has some questionables and outs on the page. And we got to figure out what to do with Alexander Mattison this week. Is Saquon Barkley going to bounce back? And what to do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire? That's going to be a very popular question this week, Mac. Either way, I'm excited. We already got some action in the chat. So thanks a lot, guys. Make sure to like this video. Y'all know the drill. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell button. And we're underway, my dude.
Before we get into who's playing, who's not, we want to take a moment to honor the memory of Mike Tagliere, who lost his battle with COVID. It had been a long, I believe, 9 weeks. Mike sadly didn't make it. We got the news yesterday. So in honor and memory of Mike from Fantasy Pros, to his wife, Tabby, and his kids, we're thinking about you guys. We know this is tough. The fantasy community is here for you, and Mike was an awesome guy. Sad that we didn't get to work with him. Would have loved to do a collab at some point. He was on the list, but it didn't present itself. So, Mike, rest easy. A moment for you, my friend. All right, Lando, we are back. Week 3 is upon us. There's tons of news to go over. Let's start with the news. Who's playing, who's not. You'll see here on the screen, we've got a graphic that's going to just rotate through. This is as up to date as possible right before the live stream started. I want to start with the players that are going to be deemed out. And Dalvin Cook is going to be the top of the list here. Dalvin Cook is not going to play. It's unlikely that he plays this week. What do you do with Alexander Mattison if you have him as a cuff, if he's available on your waiver wire? Are you running there to put in Alexander Mattison?
Hopefully you are lucky enough to have Mattison on your team as Dalvin Cook owner, and then that's just a swap in and swap out. I have Mattison as a top 24 running back this week, so he is better than a flex play. But we have seen this before. We've seen Mattison have the opportunity and him falling on his face. But the matchup is phenomenal. They play Seattle. It's a really, really good matchup. He will have the opportunity, and sometimes that's king. So Mac and I talked about this off screen. If you are behind in your matchup and you need a big boom play, I think Mattison is the way to go, because he will be in on all 3 downs. He will get some pass catching work. He'll get the goal line work. In a possible shootout, he might get the checkdowns from Kirk Cousins. However, we do have some higher ranked guys. Like, the biggest question is going to be Mattison or Clyde Edwards-Helaire this week. I did a video on Clyde Edwards this week, and he wasn't getting any passing work, any goal line work, but his usage should be safe between the 20s. So, Mac, what would you do there? Would you prefer Edwards-Helaire or Mattison?
I would still roll Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not going out of my way to get fancy. Like I said, if I'm a Dalvin Cook owner and he's not going to play and I have the availability of Alexander Mattison, it's a simple plug and play, and you hope for the best. You hope that Mattison can take a hold of the opportunity. In the past, he hasn't. That's just the fact of the matter. However, I'm not getting fancy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still going to be out there for me. Shout out to Austin. $5 super chat, 4 tags. So tough to hear the news. Legend in the fantasy community. Prayers to his friends and his family. Absolutely. Really appreciate that, Austin.
Yeah, really appreciate that. All right, guys, let's get into some of the questions. Or do we still have more stuff to go over, Mac?
You are jumping. We're going to go through really quick. I just wanted to go through the other players that are deemed doubtful or out. Tua Tagovailoa is out with rib injury. Andy Dalton is out with a knee injury. Deontay Johnson officially ruled out with a knee injury. This shoots Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool up your list. Antonio Brown on the COVID list, not expected to play. T. Higgins has been officially ruled out with a shoulder injury. Dalvin Cook, like we said, unlikely to play. Darrell Henderson is doubtful. He is unlikely to play. Sean McVay issued a statement Saturday saying he was optimistic that Henderson would play. However, that's not going to be the case. Darrell Henderson is going to be out. Josh Jacobs is unlikely to play with a groin injury, and Elijah Mitchell has also been ruled out. So those are the guys that are for sure not playing. You need to make alternative arrangements, and we are absolutely here and ready to get you right for week 3.
Sounds good. All right, let's get it going here. Eric was the first one in. Thank you, Eric, for coming in. Always one of the guys. He has the standard scoring league. Pick 2, 1 flex, 1 RB spot. Chase Edmunds, Javonte Williams, and Alexander Mattison. In that sense, Eric, I would go Edmunds and Mattison there. He's got Dallas Goedert and Evan Ingram. I want to wait to see over Evan Ingram, so I would go Dallas Goedert for those tight ends.
Yeah, I'm good to roll with it. If you want to get savvy and try to play Javonte Williams, I don't mind it. It's been pretty much a 50-50 split between him and Melvin Gordon, but Mattison and Edmunds look to get larger workloads, so I would just go with more opportunity in that case. Alonzo Castro, play Allen Robinson or Jamar Chase. Oh, boy. The matchup for Jamar is not great, but Allen Robinson is going to have Justin Fields in his first start against the Browns. I'm still going Robinson here.
Yeah, even though T. Higgins is out, I would still go Robinson in a good matchup. Jacob is coming in. What's up, Jacob? Make sure to like and subscribe. I know you came in here early. I'm sure you're subscribed. He needs 2 running backs. PPR, Drake, J-Rob, Mike Davis, Singletary, or Tyson Williams. For me, Tyson is the must start out of that group. Besides that, I think I would go with, between Mike Davis and J-Rob, I probably go with James Robinson.
Are you on Jacob, sorry? Or kicks my game? I missed the question.
So Jacob Ander, I'm going Tyson Williams and James Robinson.
Yeah, definitely Tyson Williams is going to be there for me, and Mike Davis is probably your best option. It doesn't feel sexy, but that's what I think you have to do.
Yeah. So
other consideration would be Kenyon Drake.
Okay, sounds good. Jacob is coming in here with Henderson out. Who do I start? Jamal Williams, Amir Abdullah, or Jacquez Patrick? I think I would just go Jamal Williams there, Jacob, out of that options.
No doubt. And Jacquez Patrick is going to be a nice add this week, but I'm not looking to play him. Kerryon Johnson was activated from the practice squad as well. So that's one more running back that is thrown into the carousel that we really just don't know. I don't mind Trey Sermon. I'm personally not playing him, but he would be the back I would play out of that group. Everyone else is just a hands-off, a speculative play.
Kicks my game. What's going on? You're always in the chat. Appreciate you, my dude. He says, good morning, boys. How do you rank Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Madison, Sermon, Gaskin, James Robinson, and Deontay Harris?
You mean Damian?
No, Damian Harris. Damian Harris.
Deontay Harris at the bottom of the list. No questions.
Deontay, not a player.
So top of that list is, oh boy. I mean, it's probably Clyde still. And Damian Harris, Madison, Gaskin, Sermon, J-Rob. That's where I go.
Yeah, for you, I think Damian Harris is the must start out of those guys. And then depending on if you are behind or favored in the matchup, if you need a big week from Madison, I don't mind going Madison. And it's a higher risk play, but he should get the goal line work where we have yet to see that from Clyde. It's going to be close for me all day long between Clyde and Madison. So for those two, I probably go Damian Harris and Alexander Mattison personally.
We have the video up to 20 likes. If you are in here and you haven't pushed that like button, please go ahead. Really, really helps out the channel, gets us out to new viewers. We have our first kicker question. Yeah. Thundarius, I was talking to him in the Discord, so I didn't get to you. Had to get ready for the stream. He has Jason Myers as his kicker. He's been poor thus far. Last year, he was one of the best. This year, he's trending to be one of the worst. That's how kickers go. Does he go grab Folk from the Patriots, Prater from the Cardinals, Carlson from the Raiders, McManus from Denver, or Gay from the Los Angeles Rams? I'm probably going with Matt Prater from Arizona. Dart throw. Just because I project that the Cardinals are going to score a bundle of points this week. Even if it's extra points, you might be kicking 7 extra points. So I think the floor is quite high this week for Matt Prater.
Ryan Temps is in a dynasty league. The first year started up. He's got an offer to trade Devonta Adams away for Zeke Elliott. He's low on running back. So Mac, what do you think about a 1-for-1 Devonta Adams and Zeke?
I'm keeping Devonta Adams. The only reason is Zeke is a player that I'm trying to trade away. I'm not trying to acquire him in Dynasty. And the price tag for Devonta Adams is quite high. And so I think that you can acquire Zeke for much less. I would look elsewhere. I would keep Devonta Adams.
Yeah, you could probably get more for Devonte. I think I told Ryan Brandon Ayuk is a good buy low, so maybe Zeke and Brandon Ayuk for Devonte Adams if you need to get a wide receiver back. But yeah, right now Devonte is still more valuable than Zeke straight up.
100%. We got a couple of our Snap Army members here. If you guys want to become a part of our YouTube community, you can go ahead and click the join button beside the subscribe button. Get you a variety of features. We do a members only live stream, which is going to happen this Wednesday coming up. So really good chance to just interact with us, get some really tailored advice. And you'll see these guys highlighted in green in the chat. So we've got Griffin and we've got Chris. I'm going to skip and do their questions right now and then come on back. Griff, standard league, projected win by 4. Very, very tight game. He's saying we're looking at Najee Harris, CeeDee Lamb, Calvin Ridley, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson. What a list to pick from.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, man, I think it's probably this is tough. I want to start Najee. I
do as well.
I think he's going to have a big game.
I do as well. It's going to be Najee Harris for me, and then I think that you have to go Justin Jefferson in a really good matchup this week, and then it gets tough. I'm probably going to go away from Calvin Ridley, and I'm going to put some faith into A.J. Brown. It's crazy to have to sit CeeDee Lamb. It's like
bounce
what
back
a
for
group.
A.J. Brown.
Yeah,
in a good matchup. I like A.J. Brown this week as a bounce back as well. Yeah, that's a super tough one. I don't mind. Like really, it's a standard league. Otherwise, go 3 wide receivers out of that group. But standard league, stick with the running back.
100%.
And man, you could almost coin flip those wide receivers. Supreme Paz coming in every single week with a donation, $20 for Supreme Paz. This guy is an absolute beauty.
Legend.
We appreciate you so much. He's in every single time. He says, "Sup, yo, how y'all doing? We're doing excellent. Start 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. He has in a PPR league. He has Allen Robinson, Rondell Moore, Devonta Smith, Tyson Williams, Miles Sanders, Trey Sermon, Ayuk, Will Fuller.
Wow.
Supreme, that is an excellent, excellent team.
All right, so Allen Robinson, first of all, lock him in.
Yep.
Let's not get crazy here. Tyson Williams is right now for me running back 18 for the week. He's in consideration. Really the question here is, what's your confidence on Miles Sanders to have another good week? I have Miles Sanders at running back 16, so 2 ahead. The workload for Tyson feels about the same. The opportunity to have a better game against a really soft Lions team is probably higher. What do you do here? I think it's between Sanders and Tyson Williams.
Yeah, so I'm probably just going to go Robinson, Tyson, and Sanders because he's going to start 2 and 1 flex.
2 and 1 flex. I didn't see that. So, yeah, Robinson, Tyson, and Miles
2
Sanders.
wide receiver and 1 flex. Sorry. 1 You were right. You were right the first time around.
Okay.
You were right the first time around.
So then, so it's Allen Robinson, and then we have to say, is it Rondale Moore or Devonte Smith? I am out on Ayuk this week, and I'm not really willing to roll out Will Fuller in the absence of Tua. So I think Sermon, Ayuk, and Fuller are off the board for me. It really comes down to, do we believe Rondale Moore sees more snaps? Because last week he had a breakout game on like less than 40% of snaps. So it really comes down to, what do we believe about Rondale Moore? The matchup is fantastic. I might take a shot on Robinson, Moore, and then Miles Sanders over Tyson Williams.
Yeah, I kind of, it's a coin flip for me between Sanders and Tyson. I might lean Tyson by a smidge, but I do like the Robinson and Rondale Moore pick. We've got some great people in the chat here. D Hurtlocker, what's up? Bozo Bob, our buddy Bob is also in there. Z West, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming in. Jack Matthews, welcome to it. Chris Timmons, one of our Snap Army members.
Let's get to his question here. Justin Fields or Teddy Two Gloves this week in a 6-point touchdown scoring. I think I'm going Justin Fields.
I'm going Justin Fields as well.
Love it.
If you want to be a part of the Snap Army, we're giving away a Dalvin Cook jersey to one lucky member. And every month you stay, you get an extra ballot to get in. Right now, we only have a handful of guys, so you have a really good chance of winning that Dalvin Cook jersey, and you get priority questions answered. So that's if you only have a few minutes and want your it's only $5 a month, guys. It's super cheap, and it helps out the boys. We're an independent YouTube channel.
Here it is right here up on screen. Dalvin Cook from Pristine Auction. It has been JSA certified. That autograph is fresh and authentic. Really looking forward to giving this away.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to get back up to G Diaz. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming by. As always, pick 2 running back and a flex. He's got Gibson, Chris Carson, Tyson Williams, Madison, Debo Samuel, full PPR league. So Chris Carson is an auto start for me. Correct. And then I would go Gibson and Debo Samuel.
I would as well, yeah. I mean, look, Gibson's matchup isn't the greatest in the world. However, you can't get fancy. You got to plug him in. I know he hasn't been getting the pass catching work that we all hope for. It's been J.D. McKissick through and through like we thought, but you just have to roll him out. Even though they're playing the Bills and it's a tough matchup, you just have to.
We get to every single question, guys, so make sure to stick around. We're at 27 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes before noon. If we can get up to 40 likes, let's get it going. We'll get to your question. Every single question gets answered.
LA Kings, half PPR, Swift or Sermon?
I would go Swift, my dude.
I would as well. Even though he is questionable, I'm still going DeAndre Swift. Standard League, Najee Harris or Cortland Sutton in my flex. The 2 receivers he has, A.J. Brown and C.D. Lamb. And then the 2 running backs are Henry and Carson. Austin, as much as I love Cortland Sutton, you know how that runs deep. I am going to roll out Najee. I think the opportunity is just sky high for him right now.
Absolutely. Thunder is coming in. Arby's to watch this week since CMC is out. All I have is Gaskin.
Shout out to Thundarius, too, who just became a Snap Army member. Welcome.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, Thundarius.
Welcome.
That's awesome. We very much appreciate you. I hope you win that Dalvin Cook jersey.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's a $5 entry for a Dalvin Cook jersey. Signed.
I mean, sorry. Griff and those guys have a better chance.
They do.
They've been a member.
They've
for
been
another
in there
month,
for another month.
Yeah.
Running backs to watch this week. CMC is out. He has Gaskin and Mitchell. Sermon got snagged before he could grab him. He's also got Drake, Tyson Williams, Sony Michel, White, Jamal Williams, or Cordell Patterson. So we're looking at a potential pickup as he has Gaskin and Mitchell.
Yeah, so I would go
Tyson Williams would be the top of my list there.
Yeah, Sony Michel, I mean, with Henderson out is fine, but it's a tough matchup against Tampa Bay. You're really hoping for a bunch of checkdowns for Sony Michel, and he's not really known for being a pass-catching back. So, yeah, I would agree. Tyson Williams is the definite add. Steven C. has a great question. Cole Beasley or Rondale Moore this week? Steven, I haven't seen your name before. Thanks for coming in. Make sure to like this video. 29 likes. Let's get up to 40 real quick, guys. Another 10 minutes to get another 11 100. Likes. We could do it.
I want 100.
Well, let's
go off with a bang here. No. The Snap Army runs deep. Thundarius, we will get you an invite to the private Discord server. We'll make sure that happens some point in the near future, probably. If one of us can make it happen, we'll do it right now.
Yes,
it's
sir.
going to be Rondale Moore for me, Steven. And I just believe the ceiling is much, much higher. The Bills' passing offense has been disappointing thus far, and Rondale Moore has continued to increase his snap share, continued to produce his, or push his ceiling, and he has the ability to take anything to the house. So I'm going Rondale over Cole Beasley.
Yeah, for me, it's this is a kind of a cop-out answer, but Beasley for the floor, Rondale for the ceiling. If you're favored to win this matchup, I would just stick with Beasley.
What is the floor for Cole Beasley right now? The volume just hasn't been there to start the season.
He's had volume. I mean, I don't own him in the league, so I'm just going off of memory, but I think Beasley has some decent volume.
Let me vet that. We'll get on to the next question. We'll come back to that one, but it's going to be Rondale Moore for me. Start one, standard scoring, Corey Davis, Quintez Cephas, or Henry Ruggs. 3 very different plays, in my opinion. However, I'm going to go to Corey Davis for the bounce-back game. The matchup against the Denver Broncos isn't great, but Corey Davis continues to be really the only reliable target for Zach Wilson. So I'm going to go Corey Davis.
Sounds good. Thundarius, you should be added to the private Discord channel now.
Beautiful.
Welcome in.
Beautiful. Okay, maybe I'm just remembering last week, only 4 targets, but 13 the first week. So,
yeah, there we go.
There you go. Cool. Who are we on to? Kool-Aid Man, Alexander Madison, or Rondale Moore for the flex? Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, boy.
I'll probably go Madison.
Probably go Madison as well. PPR, who do I start? Running back 2, CEH, Gaskin, Sony Michel. Brett, you still have to go Clyde Edwards-Helaire, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I agree. Just go Clyde Edwards and just don't watch that game because it might be ugly.
Jamal Jones, need one in a PPR. Don't trust Galladay with limited snaps, so need one. Watkins, Pollard, or DJ Chark. DJ Chark is going to be, I think, the one I would go to, but I think Galladay plays, and I'm probably going to roll Galladay out over Chark.
Yeah, the report came out this morning on Sleeper that Galladay will be limited this week, so I don't mind going Chark in a plus matchup. I think Pollard's going to be safe, but yeah, I think Chark. For me, I guess it would be Chark, Galladay, Pollard.
Yep.
In that order.
Yep. We also have Jack Matthews becoming a Snap Army member. Jack, welcome in. Lando, we'll make sure that you get that invite. Jack, I'm not sure if you're already a part of the Discord, but you can follow that link, and then we'll get you in there. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Jack.
Let's see. Where were we here? Steven, Austin, Kool-Aid, Brett.
We have
Dustin Dale.
Dustin, yeah.
Baker Mayfield or Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan's been fairly disappointing so far.
Yeah, I would go with Baker Mayfield in a plus matchup. I think Matt Ryan is a fine play.
Yep.
He's got a good matchup against New York. It's possible that they has a good game, but it's just hard to trust. So I think it's going to be Baker for me there.
Yeah, Baker right now is quarterback 19 for me, and Matt Ryan is quarterback 22. So I am rolling out Baker.
We're still at 29 likes, guys. So if you have new people watching, make sure to like this video. It means a lot to us to get that algorithm for the YouTube going. So make sure to like if you haven't already. We will get your question. We get to every single question today to hope and give you your answer and give you some reasoning to why we would start these guys. Whether the more information, the better. Whether it's a PPR league, a half PPR league, if you're projected to lose, if you're projected to win, all that information helps. So.
Jumping to Jack Matthews, new Snap Army member. Thoughts on Michael Pittman Jr. over an injured DeAndre Hopkins? So Carson Wentz is going to play, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to attempt to play and be productive. He is suffering with a rib injury from last week. I think I'm just going to continue to roll D-Hop.
And it's tough because I think you have to roll D-Hop even though it doesn't feel great, Jack, because we know that D-Hop has the potential of 2 touchdowns, no problem. It's a game script that might just be a route for the Arizona Cardinals. So It is a higher risk play against Jacksonville, but it's a good matchup. So hopefully D-Hop gets involved early and you don't have to stress it.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point you just have to start your studs. Carson Wentz could play 3 snaps and leave, and then it's Jacob Eason and
Brett Hundley.
and co.
Yeah,
Brett Hundley. So in that sense, we know that Kyler Murray's healthy and they will score multiple touchdowns. You just hope it happens early and often for D-Hop.
Snap Army member Dev Bagley coming in with a sticker, $10 sticker.
Appreciate you, Dev.
Dev, wherever
Always
your questions
you.
are, let us know. I've got the Snap Army private channel open. Not much activity going on right now, so everyone must be in here with us. But thank you, Dev. Let's go to Jacob Snyder, PPR League, James Robinson or Kenyon Drake. That's gross. That's gross. That's So talk about James Robinson, Lando. What do we think the upside for James Robinson is this week? I've got him at running back 31 in my rankings.
I have more hope for James Robinson this week. I have him as a fringe top 24 wide receiver or running back because he got considerable more snaps than Carlos Hyde. First week, Carlos Hyde was involved way too much for my liking.
Sure.
And I think it's going to be more of the James Robinson show. And if he's never going to get that 100% snap share that he got last year, but if he gets up to that 75% he should, at least he'll have the opportunity and should get the goal line work. The Arizona defense doesn't scare me that much. And Kenyon Drake will have a split workload. So I think you just go with James Robinson. You hope that it's going to be a little bit of a shootout and Trevor Lawrence is going to pass a lot. And James Robinson is a check down guy for him there. So I think I just go James Robinson based on the opportunity in a possible good game script for Jacksonville.
Okay. Z West, pick two to start. OBJ, Marvin Jones, and Rondale Moore.
I think Marvin Jones is my number one start out of that group.
And then
solid. Between
solid.
he's been great. Between Odell Beckham and Rondale Moore, both have that upside, the perceived upside because of what Rondale can do every time he touches the ball and what we remember from OBJ.
Yes.
So I think I just go with Rondale Moore. I think over Odell Beckham.
I'm trying to find. I have Rondale Moore as wide receiver 28 in my rankings right now, and I have Odell Beckham Jr. lower. So my rankings say we are rolling with Rondale.
And Odell might be great, but I'd like to see it first.
And that's the thing, yeah. Sometimes we just have to see it, and that's kind of how that's where I'm at with Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk has burned me 2 weeks in a row. I'm hands off. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah. Dev asked the question, is this the week Taylor finally explodes? And I absolutely believe so, Dev.
Yep.
He is a 2-month Snap Army member. Appreciate you, Dev, for coming in. I hope.
And also a big Colts
Snap
fan.
Member.
Big Colts fan as well.
Big Colts fan. So, yeah, exactly. Luckless on our Discord. I really do think this is a big week for Jonathan Taylor, and I'm playing him a lot in a lot of DraftKings lineups. So I am very much in. He's my start of the week at the running back position, I'm thinking.
And we also have to look at the correlation between great games and being featured on the thumbnail. I mean, there is a strong, long-standing historical connection between strong fantasy output and being on the thumbnail. So I think it's got to happen, man. It's got to locked happen. And loaded. Got that thumbnail luck. D Hurtlocker, welcome back. Good to see that name. Pick 3 in a PPR: Evans, Hopkins, Claypool, Pittman, Thielen. Also, should I still start Allen or throw in Jones at the quarterback position? Let's start there. Josh Allen, you can't pivot away from him, even though Daniel Jones is QB6 right now. You have to roll out Josh Allen. I think you're in agreement with me there, Lando.
I am.
Evans, Hopkins, Claypool, Pittman, Thielen. Great options at the wide receiver position. Evans is locked in for me. I think I'm going to pivot. Given this list, I'm going to pivot off Hopkins and go Claypool and Thielen.
Yeah, Thielen was the must-start out of that group. Mac, who gets shadowed in Tampa? Is it going to be Mike Evans or Chris Godwin? Because Jalen Ramsey is a shutdown corner. And if Evans is going to be that shadow guy, I don't know if I have the confidence to start Evans.
It depends how they play him, though. Are they playing him as like an inside linebacker, and he's sort of shadowing the middle of the field? Because if that's the case, Mike Evans has some freedom on the outside to work. Do they try to limit Chris Godwin? If Gronk is a big there's just so many ways the Bucs can hurt you, and so I think it's going to be tough for Jalen Ramsey to stay put on one guy. I still have confidence though in Mike Evans. I mean, he can get it done. I have confidence in Mike Evans over, Michael Pittman. All it takes for Mike Evans to be relevant is just like a one touchdown, like a red zone target, and that's it. So I'm gonna roll Evans there.
Yeah, I sorry to not really help you that much. I'm going Hopkins, Thielen, and Claypool, but you got to go with your gut here. You've got some really good options. Hopefully it doesn't matter at the wide receiver position, D. Hurtlocker. But thanks for coming by. I remember seeing your name last time too, so come into the channel every single week. We have 31 likes. Make sure to like this video. We will get to every single question. We mentioned earlier, but if you're new to the stream, we are giving away a Dalvin Cook jersey to a lucky Snap Army member. It's only $5 a month, and you have a really good chance. Right now, there's only 8 or 9 guys, so you could have a 10% chance of winning Dalvin Cook jersey. It's signed it's verified by Pristine Auction, so get into the Snap Army. Every month you're there, you get an extra entry. So make sure to like this video. We will get your question answered.
Ooh, so nice, man. I really wish
I could
just keep these and throw them up on the wall, but
we've
got the Rayla Cobb jersey
Snap
back.
Army, subscribe, Matt. Yes. Come on, be a member.
For sure.
Put your money where your mouth.
Oh, man. Bozo Bob, Derek Carr or Ryan Tannehill, then Gibson or James White at running back. Okay, Ryan Tannehill over Derek Carr. There is a chance that Derek Carr does not suit up this week, so he's still questionable. We should put that out there.
There is a report that he is going to play, but there's an ankle injury, so he just could be a little bit limited. He should play, but
I'm going Ryan Tannehill.
Again, Tannehill, no problem.
And Gibson over James White.
Correct.
Yes. And then, or should he put one of these at flex for Amari Cooper?
I'm going to Amari Cooper over James White at the flex.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it should be Gibson and Amari. If your question was just who should I put at my flex, Gibson, White, or Cooper, it would be Cooper.
And Austin has a kicker question. Yeah, play kickers in a dome. That's my number one tip for kickers.
Very simple.
Don't play any kickers in a 20-mile-an-hour win game. Doesn't matter how good they are, how high the Vegas total is. So
the ball flies straighter in a dome. It's just a universal fact.
Yeah. Kenny Chap.
Whoa, we can't skip over Bob. What up, Bob?
Said what's up. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob. I did give Bob the old, Trailer Park Boys. What up? When he came in.
What up?
Kenny Chap, would you play Madison if Cook is out? Yes.
Yes.
Easy. LA Kings.
It depends.
Pick 3 in a half PPR. Swift, Sermon, and Cooper. Swift and Cooper.
He says pick 3. He only gave us 3.
Yes, Swift, Sermon, and Cooper. Easy.
Start them all.
Start them all, baby. Nothing but 51-50 Sony Michel or Kareem Hunt in a half PPR. Don't get fancy and think that Sony is going to be what Henderson has been. Go with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt's super safe. I think with Landry out, I think Kareem Hunt could play some slot roles as well and get some more receptions and targets. So I like Kareem Hunt in that game script as well. Dev is calling us gorgeous. I got a haircut just for you, Dev, my dude. I got nice and trim.
I need a haircut. Look at this salad, man.
Man,
we need that. We need that right now. But
I can't believe you showed that on the live stream. We're gonna lose about half our.
These people are our family, Lando. They don't. There's no judgment here. There's a judgment.
We judge.
We judge.
18 to 20 people watching. Make sure to like this video. 33 likes. Let's get up to 40 real quick, guys. Every single question is answered today.
Jackson, Sony Michel, or Miles Sanders at the flex in a full PPR. I'm going Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. Derek is in the chat as well. Derek, I see you every week. Appreciate you, man. He's got a PPR league. He's got Devonta Smith, Sterling Shepard, Cephas, and Kirk. Sterling Shepard's been solid, Mac. What do you think about that?
I think at this point you have to continue to roll him, especially if Kenny Golladay is going to be limited. Like, he just continues to pick up the slack, and I still don't want to believe it, but number 3's been cooking. So I think you have to play Sterling Shepard there over Devonte Smith, Quintez Cephas, Christian Kirk. I would go Sterling.
Absolutely. I think that's right. I mean, I do like what I've seen from Devonta Smith, but I think Sterling is the safe play. Jackson, what's up, man? You're probably new to the channel, but thanks for coming in. Hopefully you subscribe to this video, but we answer every single one. You don't have to ask multiple times.
Yep.
I know we're a little bit behind here, but we'll get to it.
We do our best to just cruise through. And I'm seeing here in the chat that Jack, our new Snap Army member, is also a Packers fan. Let's go.
Oh, man. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about your luck.
We need more. Scotty, producer Scotty, in the chat. He's going to be hammering Twitter. So, Scotty, let us know if anybody's coming over. Supreme Paz, Jared Cook, Jonnu Smith, Evan Ingram in a PPR. Ingram is good to go. He is going to play today, as you can see, or he's been upgraded to a play. I would go with Jonnu Smith still.
I would go with Jared Cook. Jared Cook had a touchdown called back last week after kind of a BS call. I think you're going for touchdown upside, and that still lies with Jared Cook. In my mind, I want to wait and see with Evan Ingram.
So we're both off Evan Ingram, safe to say.
We're both off Evan Ingram. But, I mean, Hunter Henry's still involved in that game plan. So they kind of cannibalize each other a little bit. So that's why I'm leaning with Jared Cook.
Would you consider starting Rondale Moore over DeAndre Hopkins? I would.
Oh, man. Kool-Aid Man, I do not have the balls.
The stones for that.
The stones. I don't have the groomed Manscaped stones to
nice.
make that start. So I would still start D Hopkins. I know everyone's hyped up with Rondale Moore, and I love it because I've been on him and I have him everywhere. He's the kind of player that could be a Tyreek Hill in a couple of years' time. But I still lean Hopkins. I think if he plays, he's fine, and he should get a couple touchdowns early. And I think you're going to be waiting late in the game for Rondale Moore to get those touches.
No chance. Who do we have? Oh, Dev says we can just send him the Cook jersey now. So that's perfect. Dev, just send me. No, I'm just kidding. You're going to have to win it. You're going to have to win it, Dev. But you're already a ballot ahead of everybody else, so you're in good shape. And I would love to send it to you. Chris, Edmunds or Swift in the flex?
I would go with
Swift. Yeah, I have faith. I have faith.
Yeah, I mean, I like Edmunds. This is a good spot for Edmunds. If you're an Edmunds owner, I think this is a chance for him to go big and then maybe have a chance to sell him for an upgrade at the running back position. Mm-hmm. But Swift is going to be a target leader for the entire NFL after this game. In a PPR league, I think this is it's a great game. The Lions, like we talked about in our podcast, they don't quit. They will play until the last snap of the game, mm-hmm. and they're going to be down in this game just like every single game. So it's going to be a garbage time, just bonanza season for Swift, for TJ Hawkinson. It's going to be that kind of like Goff is a competent quarterback, and it's going to be go for that Lions
He's
team.
The perfect guy for garbage time. You know, it's just like, Jared, we're down 25. Just throw it 5 yards to DeAndre Swift, to TJ Hawkinson, over and over and over again. Yeah. Welcome in, Steven and Jim. We see your questions there. We're going to be getting to them momentarily. Going back to Derek Leacott, he said, nice of Mac to take some time off golf to be with the boys. Yeah, Derek, look, I'm thrilled to be here. And I was in golf tournaments the last 2 weekends. Did better than anticipated. So went deeper into Sunday and just didn't think that was going to be the case. So, you know what? I'm happy to be back. He says, what do we think about Osborne over Chark? Feels like a shootout with Seattle, and Osborne has been hot. He has been hot. He really has been. I think he's like wide receiver 19 on the year so far, which is crazy. Yeah. I'm okay with it, honestly.
Yeah, I still lean Chark. Derek, sorry to make it worse for you, but I think that it could be also a shootout in a game script where Trevor Lawrence throws 45 times, and Chark will be a recipient of that. Mm-hmm. Laviska Shenault's banged up. I think he might play, but I'm not going to trust him. So I think Chark will be the target leader, or at least barely second behind Marvin Jones, and he's a big play guy as well.
Well, and even last week,
I still lean Chark.
Chark had 12 targets. Now, he only secured 3 of them, but the target volume is certainly there. So potentially potentially you could roll Chark out for the volume. I think both are okay plays though. They kind of represent the same thing in my opinion. Snap Army member Griffin coming in. Marvin Jones or Sony in a PPR. He's projected to win. I like Marvin Jones. That volume's just been there for him. He seems to be a very trusted target for Lawrence, and I think you have to roll with the hot hand, Marvin Jones.
Yeah. We have a defense question. Believe the hype. He looks like a Lions fan.
Sorry.
Hopefully you're a DeAndre Swift fan too, because I am. He's got the Arizona Cardinals, and he is considering rolling with the San Francisco 49ers against Green Bay.
Right.
So I would stick with the Cardinals against Jacksonville. Hopefully Trevor Lawrence throws an interception. So he's going to drop the 49ers.
I'm not trying to go up against a rolling Packers team coming off a really good win. And the Niners are just so behind the eight ball with their run game. I think you just have to go with the Cardinals there. Snap Army member Dev Begg coming in. Sutton or Pittman. It's going to be Cortland Sutton for me. He's the top 20 wide receiver on the week.
Yeah, and as you guys can see, we're going to prioritize the community members. So if you're a part of the Snap Army, you'll get your questions answered first. It's only $5 a month. It's not like we're trying to make $1 million here. We're just trying to build the community. So if it's $5 is like a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So if you could afford $5 a month, we very much appreciate it, and you can get your questions answered first and win a Dalvin Cook jersey. So,
yes, we got Steven.
Yeah,
haven't seen Steven before. We see lots of names, so sorry if you've been in. Hopefully a fun one for us. It is so far. He's looking for one in a full PPR flex spot. Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, Rondale Moore, or Jalen Waddle. Between Boyd and Chase, I'm going to go Chase with Higgins out. Rondale Moore and Jalen Waddle are exciting options, but Chase has been very reliable so far, has had the big game, gets the looks from Burrow, and will probably have an increased workload in this one. So I'm going to go Jamar Chase in that group.
Yeah, I don't mind it. For me, it's super close. PPR league, I think Boyd could get more targets, but that's more of a projection because we haven't seen it yet. Boyd's been the odd man out, so I don't blame Mac for going Jamar Chase. He's got the big playability well. He's got touchdown in every single game. Jim coming in here, going to sit Dalvin. Should I start Corey Davis or Devin Singletary? I would go with Singletary Corey Davis.
Correct.
Bounce back game. Bill Belichick takes away the number one option for opposing offenses, and Corey Davis is the number one for the Jets. He will have a bounce back game.
And this could potentially be a bounce back game for Zach Wilson too, who hasn't really looked sharp to start the year, been running for his life, trying to make throws on the run. Hopefully today he gets a little bit more settled. Jacoby Myers is in there as well. I would still roll Corey Davis over Jacoby Myers, Jim. So hopefully you like that answer. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of confidence. Leave a like on the video if you like the response. AJ Berg, is Hopkins a decoy? Play CEH over him. I think it depends on your matchup. If you're a heavy favorite, you can probably sit DeAndre down. You're going to get anywhere from 7 to 10 from Clyde, I think, at a very minimum, and that is what it is. If you need the big game, you hope DeAndre can tough it out and be DeAndre Hopkins for you. So I would go Hopkins if you are a dog, and I would go CEH if you are a favorite.
Yeah, I think I go Hopkins. I think he it's possible he's a decoy. I just can't. It's very hard to project that, AJ. And hopefully he's not. Hopefully he gets a couple touchdowns. I like it.
I'm just going to say LBJ here. Now that D-Hop is playing, should I still roll with him or do I use Lamb? Secondly, do I play A.J. Brown tonight? Given the elite option in Lamb to replace, I go Lamb and A.J. Brown, and I leave DeAndre Hopkins on the bench.
Yeah, in those scenarios, for sure. You go with the stud. You have two other stud wide receivers. That sounds perfect.
Yeah. Aurelio Ruiz, welcome back in. Chark or Tim Patrick? This is diving deep, and I'm probably inclined to say Tim Patrick.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going Chark. I still don't believe in Tim Patrick, even in a good game script against the Jets. I will probably be out on Patrick all season, even though he's seen some pretty good targets. Sorry, I'm going Chark.
I just like the matchup better for Tim Patrick. I like the volume
Mm-hmm.
that he's been getting. Even though DJ Chark had 12 targets last week, the matchup is certainly tougher for the Jags going up against the Cardinals. So I'm going Tim.
Austin, the boys are buzzing. Thanks for coming by, guys. Make sure to like this video. It's only 5 more likes. Let's get to 40 likes if you're new to the channel. We are pretty much caught up on the stream, so we will get to your questions right away.
Griff says,
what are we thinking, Mac?
Waddle or McKissick projected to get stomped. I like that context because that really does make a difference. I would go Jalen Waddle in that case.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah.
Even with a new quarterback, I'm still not.
It's fine.
Jacoby is a veteran. He will get the playmakers the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's competent.
He's like a Tyrod Taylor type. Like, he'll get it done.
Hopefully this is Najee's breakout game. Austin, I agree. And AJ Berg saying, thanks, boys. Another great podcast this week. We're going to try to keep him rolling each and every week. John Fenton, start Jamar Chase or Chase Claypool. Thanks, guys. This one's tough because Deontay Johnson is going to be out, who's been the target leader almost week over week in the NFL. I believe he's the number 1 in targets so far with 24. So, what do we do? Chase Claypool, we're expecting his workload to go up along with Juju Smith-Schuster, but Jamar Chase has been very reliable so far for Joe Burrow. They play each other. And so you look at this matchup, who potentially is going to have the negative game script where passing has to be the focal point. It's probably the Bengals. Hopefully Najee Harris just goes wild and they get a lot done on the ground. So I'm going to go Jamar Chase over Chase Claypool. I'm going to imagine my esteemed colleague here is going to go with Chase Claypool over Jamar Chase, but I am a biased Jamar Chase truther through and through. You guys know that. I think the bigger game exists with Jamar this week.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mac was right. I would go Chase Claypool just because of the absence of Deontay Johnson. But it's close. Big Ben is banged up. I don't mind going Jamar Chase here. I would lean Claypool by a little bit.
Okay. Austin. Trying to buy Javonte Williams on the low, but my league doesn't trade at all. Time to get a new league, Austin.
Yeah, it's tough.
Time to get into the listener league.
That sucks. Maybe Javonte is going to be dropped if he doesn't. Oh, my camera's moving here.
That's okay.
If he doesn't perform this week, I think it's going to be tough because Javonte has a really tough schedule. We went over it on the podcast this week, so. If he gets that role, he could really break out this week, but then it's this tough schedule. So maybe you can try to. The thing is, you have to, if you have league mates that text them and see like, hey, guy, I'm really looking to make a trade in fantasy and deal off platform, because if they don't trade, they're not going to check their notifications or DMs on the Yahoo or Sleeper platform. So just text them, call them, be like, yo, I really need some help here. Is there, like, who do you like on my team? And then maybe don't outwardly be like, oh, I need Javonte Williams. Just be like, I don't know. Javonte's been struggling. Would you be interested in moving him? I just need him as a throw-in piece. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to go about it, Austin, but I would try to reach out to them on their via text or call.
Right. CEH versus Hunt versus Pollard. The CEH versus Hunt thing is a tough one for me because I do see similarities for both. Tony Pollard is out, though. I'm kind of looking at his performance from the last week as sort of an outlier. And why I say this, he accomplished 21 fantasy points on 35% of the snap share. He made the most of his work. He was very efficient, 8.1 yards per carry. These are efficiencies that are going to regress themselves to the mean. And Ezekiel Elliott finished as a top 10 running back last week, and no one's happy about it. So I'm going to not play Tony Pollard. I'm going to go. I have not Christian McCaffrey. I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire slightly ahead in my rankings. I do think that Kareem Hunt is a good option, but I'm going to go with Clyde.
Yeah, I don't blame you there, Mac. I would lean Kareem Hunt by a little bit. Shout out to Easy. He is on Twitter blasting out our link. So hopefully if you're coming by off Twitter, we will get to your questions. No doubt every question is going to be answered today. Top start sit questions and give you a reasoning behind it. Make sure to like this video. Only 4 more likes until we reach 40. So let's get up to that really quick, guys.
Yeah, leave a like. Before we move on to the remainder of the questions, again, we're halfway through the stream. We just wanted to take, again, a moment to honor Mike Tagliere from the Fantasy Pros, who lost his battle with COVID over the weekend. So we're going to take a moment to just honor the memory of Mike Tagliere and wish his family and children, his wife, his children, his family well, and the Fantasy Pros guys as well. So just a moment of silence, and we will resume our regular programming. Okay, Lando, getting back to some questions. We got more coming in. If you're coming over from Twitter, we're really happy to have you. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button. Really, really helps out the channel, especially if you like the answer that you got. Consider coming back next week. Why wouldn't you? I have next up on mine, Adam Berg, AJ Berg. Best bet for a TD of the day. He's got
TD of the day.
First TD of the day. Rondell Moore 100 to 1, Keenan Allen 80 to 1, or Emmanuel Sanders 151. I'm going Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet too. Even though we've seen Mike Williams get the touchdowns, I think just reversion to the mean. Keenan Allen is definitely a touchdown scorer, so I think that's a decent bet at all for sure.
Thundarius was projected to stomp, then CMC went down, and his opponent traded for Kamara to sit next to Elliott, so he hopes that Jackson's illness is full-blown for just this week, so he has a shot. Throwing up the Hail Marys already early in week 3. Shout out to K-Mov for becoming a subscriber. Appreciate that. Justin Keelman, choose to Julio Jones, Chase Edmunds, or Tyson Williams. Thank you.
I'd probably go Julio and Edmunds here for me, Justin.
And I'm going to go Julio and Tyson Williams.
Sounds good. Adam, what's going on? Oh, yeah, that's that. Yep. K-Mov.
Stafford versus Cousins.
I'm going Stafford.
Stafford as well. Yeah, I know the Bucks D is solid, but Stafford's also been great, and this Rams team's still going to be tough to stop. So that's where I would go. Achilles, 84. Standard scoring, Kareem Hunt or Javonte Williams. Leaning Javonte because Sutton is in my flex, so limiting the exposure to the Broncos. Should he diversify or stick with playing the two Broncos? I think you go with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt and Sutton. I like that.
Yeah, Sutton's going to he's going to ball this week. And A-Rob is a lock. Yes, he is absolutely a lock.
Yeah, Justin's concerned, but I'm not concerned. I really do like that Bears offense with Justin Fields at the helm, and I think these rookie quarterbacks should zone in on their number one targets. So that's going to be obviously Allen Robinson. So I'm looking forward to it. He'll have a full week of practice with the first team, and he'll know that A-Rob is the go-to guy.
Are the Rams defense a bad start this week? It's either them or the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Bucs are going to be tough to stop. And the Chargers, I mean, Justin Herbert hasn't looked like his former offensive rookie of the year self. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't mind it either.
Chiefs over Rams.
Okay, sounds good.
Isaac, Higbee or Jared Cook, and then OBJ, Pollard, or James Robinson. Wow.
I like Higbee in that one, and then I would go with James Robinson, I guess. Let me know if that's a PPR or half PPR, Isaac.
Right.
That'll help my answer a little bit because OBJ has that upside. It's just if it's a standard scoring league, James Robinson would be the start for me.
Pollard is not in consideration for me in that group, but I would also go Higbee, and it would be Robinson. If it's a full PPR, I might go OBJ. TX Eagles half point PPR, James White or Corey Davis. I'm going to go Corey Davis.
Sounds good. Mike, I see you on Twitter. If you're in, he's got Tyson Williams or KJ Osborne. I would go Tyson Williams, Mike. If you are in the stream right now, I'm answering your question. Go Tyson. I'll respond to you on Twitter as well.
Sir. Austin said the graphics, the overlays are looking solid. Channel looks great. Appreciate that, my man. Thank you. We did things a little bit different this year with the dark blue, light blue combo, and so far I think I'm liking it. So
good feedback.
We upgraded our streaming service too, so we've got some new stuff going on. So hopefully you guys like the rolling overlays of the ins, outs, and questionables. Give us some feedback. We love that stuff. We love making what we're doing a little bit better.
TX Eagles half PPR, James White or Corey Davis.
I
would go with Corey Davis. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Griff, PPR, McKissick or Damian Harris projected to lose. I'm still going to go Damian Harris.
Damian Harris. Yeah, either way. Mike, thanks. I see you. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you like the channel. Subscribe. One more like until we get to our 40. That was our goal. And then we're going to get up to 50. You know how it is.
We're climbing.
We still have half an hour until until kickoff.
Hey, I like where your head's at, Lando. Let's go.
Yeah. I got Ryder Cup on the mind.
We could chat about that real quick. Thoughts so far on the Ryder Cup? Like, it's kind of been what I thought it was going to be. But give me your thoughts.
Yeah, the U.S. has been dominant. They have more top-end talent, and with all the rookies showing out, the faults of the old U.S. teams are not in consideration. These guys are just killing it. They're young, talented. Like Morikawa has been struggling, and he's been 3-0 in the matches. So Morikawa's a stud. Like
nice when you get to play with Dustin Johnson every single time, though.
That's true too.
I didn't really understand yesterday why they broke up Thomas and Spieth. I thought that combo was rolling. They have probably the best chemistry, being like childhood friends. Like, why would you pivot away from something that was working? Didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, Spieth's been struggling a little bit, but thanks for coming by, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are giving away a signed Dalvin Cook jersey to a lucky Snap Army member. It's only $5 a month if you're coming into the stream and you're still new. This is the first time going. Signed Dalvin Cook jersey to one lucky member. If you each month you stay, you get another ballot into the entry. There's only about 10 guys in here, so you can easily win a signed Dalvin Cook jersey. Hopefully you've got Dalvin on your team. Hopefully you have Madison on your team this week because Dalvin is out. But we will get to every single question today. So if you're coming into the stream, hang tight. We will get to your question, no doubt, and give you some reasoning why we like those players. More information, the better. If you are behind in the matchup, if you're ahead, if it's a half PPR, full PPR, standard league, all that information helps. Half an hour until tee off.
Austin, Grant, I had a lot of injuries in my lineup. I'm in need of a running back. 2, should I keep J.D. McKissick, or are there better pickups in Sony Michel or Peyton Barber? Peyton Barber is out of consideration for me. In a PPR league, I'm intrigued with J.D. McKissick.
Yeah.
Intrigued. Sony Michel is probably the safer play, but I'd probably go J.D. if it was a full PPR.
Yeah, I might lean Sony by a hair, but Gostin, that's a tough one, man. It's really tough. Injuries happen. Good luck, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it works out for you here, but yeah. Oh, that's so hard for me. Yeah, JD is probably a decent bet. He's getting the targets, and close.
Chaz the Spaz, Mooney is healthy now, so he's debating between Laviska Shenault and Mooney for a PPR league. I'm going to go with Mooney there.
Me too. I'm going Mooney as well.
If you can't tell, I'm running through making last-minute changes in my 10,000 or 100,000 leagues. Yeah, Griff has like 100 leagues. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. Thundarius said, I'm a graphic designer and content creator myself, and everything looks great. Thundarius, share your you can go into the Discord, share your stuff, man. We'd love to support you as well. So if there's anything we can do, like, subscribe, whatever you need, just let us know. We'll be happy to reciprocate the favor. Jimmy. Yeah, got Devonte Smith, CEH, and Madison. Which 2 should I play?
So Jimmy, Mac and I have talked about this a lot between CEH and Alexander Mattison. For me, if you're behind in the matchup, and you might be if you played against like a DJ Moore last on Thursday, I would maybe lean Alexander Mattison for the upside. Mattison, we've seen have the opportunity, but he's fallen on his face every time Dalvin's been hurt. Now it's a smash matchup. He should be good, but there is some risk involved. Clyde Edwards, he hasn't gotten any looks in the check down or the red zone. So we're projecting that maybe that comes back for him. It's just hard to project that. So I think I lean Mattison by a little bit. I'm kind of flip-flopping back and forth on how I feel about Clyde Edwards and Mattison. I know my co-host Mac here is probably going to lean Clyde Edwards.
I'm going to play both the running backs over Devonta Smith.
Okay, so at least that helps you there. So it's between those two guys, Jimmy. Thanks for coming by.
He needs to start two.
Oh.
So Mattison and Clyde Edwards, we're going to start them both over Devonta Smith.
Even better. I see what happens when I don't read the full question.
That's right. NBA Dev, Javonte Williams or James White in a full PPR. Damn.
Oh, man. I think it's got to be James White.
Sadly. I mean, this could be
I love Javonte Williams, but I just can't. It's hard to project him getting more targets than James White.
Yeah, like we said on the podcast this week, like this could be the last week for Melvin Gordon where his value seems sky high. Like it seems like he's just going to be the guy moving forward, but the matchups, the next like 5 weeks, they're ugly. Like really ugly. I don't have the schedule offhand, but it was like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Washington. Like it was ugly. So yeah, I'm gonna go James White there. I don't love it. If Javonte Williams sees half the work like he has been seeing against the Jets and they run it all day, it could be great. But that's going down narrative street. The volume right now exists with James White, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. You pretty much had it bang on. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Vegas, Cleveland, Washington after this Jets week. So this will be the last chance to start Javonte with any kind of certainty unless Melvin goes down.
Zach Foster, morning guys. Good morning, Zach. Full PPR, James White or Tim Patrick. I'm going Patrick.
Sure. It's tough. It's a tough one. I think wouldn't blame you for starting either one.
Robert De Niro, thanks for taking time off the set, coming in, chilling with the boys. Kenyon Drake or Debo Samuel in the flex, tight matchup. Think Miami defense will hold Drake. I don't care what they do because I'm not sitting Debo Samuel after just being an absolute monster the first 2 weeks. I was having a good chat with Griff in the Discord last night, and we were debating, actually, it was Mike Williams and Debo Samuel, and I did a little bit of digging onto some of the metrics for Debo Samuel, and man, is it ever good. Let me just find that, and I will relay to you guys.
Let's see here.
I think it was in redraft. It's tough when you have a million conversations.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, number one in receiving yards at 282. Number one in yards after catch at 172. Number one in target share at 41%. Number one in air yards at 55%. Number three in fantasy points per game, 24. And number 9 in targets with 20. I mean, Debo Samuel has been on absolute fire. Got my teammate Birdie Bob in the chat. Fellas, Jamar Chase or Marquise Brown? There is a chance Marquise Brown does not play. He's listed as questionable. I'm going Jamar Chase with T. Higgins out. Bobo.
Sounds good to me. Michael coming in here. He's got Alexander Mattison or Mike Davis. Full PPR. I lean Alexander Mattison.
We've got N-O. Ty Johnson, Amir Abdullah, Peyton Barber, Rojo, Kenny Gainwell, Jacques Patrick. Pick one in a PPR. He's up 20 with a DJ Moore boom performance. Who has the best chance at a workload? It's got to be between Rojo and Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah, with Josh Jacobs out, Peyton Barber might get a little bit of work as well. Man, that's a tough one. I think maybe Gainwell is where I lean.
I would make the choice between Rojo and Gainwell. I believe in my rankings I have Rojo ahead.
Yeah. Right. Sounds good.
Luciano for pick 2 in a full PPR. Julio, Ridley, Mike Williams. I think you just have to go with your 2 studs there, Julio and Calvin Ridley, even though Mike Williams has been great to start the year. Do you echo those sentiments?
I echo those sentiments. I'm just responding to Matt Hurst on Twitter. If he comes by, what's up, Matt? Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Keep going, my dude.
If you haven't left a like on the video, please do so now. Really, really helps out the channel. We are at 40, pushing towards 50. Going over to Hussam. Good morning, gents. One of Tyler Boyd, Michael Pittman, Marquise Brown, Mike Davis in the flex. It is a half PPR league. To me, it's between Tyler Boyd and Mike Davis. Who would you have there to split the flex? Tyler Boyd, Mike Davis.
In a half PPR league, I think I'm just projecting that Tyler Boyd has some more targets than Mike Davis. We saw Cordell Patterson be way more involved than we want him to be. Mike Davis for the floor. I think Tyler Boyd for the ceiling, and a potential good game script for the Bengals.
I literally have them 2 spots ahead in my ranking, so they're literally
really
neck
close.
and neck. Yeah, that's a great question. I could see an increased workload for Tyler Boyd this week with no T. Higgins. Debo is his favorite draft pick so far. Thunderius, I'm with you. I've had literally no Debo in the past, and this year I have him in a bundle of spots. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, and I kind of hope that Brandon Ayuk kind of stays quiet. Austin Grant, do you like Quez Watkins as a flex? He had a great game last week and is the wide receiver 3 for the Eagles, but has upside. I don't. I would rather go out and try to play like a Quintez Cephas over a Quez Watkins. Somebody like that would be a better play in my opinion.
Yeah, it depends who else you have, Austin. It all depends who else you have for that flex play. I don't mind Quez Watkins, but
yeah,
it's we know that Hurts is going to run the ball a lot and could limit the opportunities for Quez.
Holden, Tyson Williams, Alexander Madison, or Cortland Sutton in a full PPR?
I think it's going to be Tyson and Sutton.
It's only pick one, though.
Oh, pick one? Oh, Tyson for the floor, Sutton for the ceiling.
It's just such a Landon answer. Cortland Sutton, man. Cortland Sutton. Put him in there, Holden.
All right.
Put him in.
All right.
Pick 2, Ridley, Mike Williams, or Julio. I think we already got that one.
Either way, I probably go. Who'd you go with?
I sat down Mike Williams, even though he's been fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Julio should have had a touchdown last week, and he had like over 100 yards. So that's not bad.
Yeah. Bob saying Big Ben or Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones right now is quarterback 6 on the year. He's been able to do it with his legs. However, I'm still going to go Big Ben.
Yeah, I think I go down Daniel Jones.
Why?
I think
Gross.
it's a good
matchup.
It's a good matchup for Daniel Jones, and Big Ben's arms look bad. He's banged up with that pec injury. He's missing one of his top weapons. I'm projecting it to be a pretty good Najee Harris day, and we know that Daniel Jones has some floor with his legs too. He's the leading rusher for the New York Giants.
Yeah, that is true. He is. It's so sad. Man, come on, Saquon. Just make a little comeback.
Yeah.
Austin, full PPR, Patrick or Osborne. See, both these guys represent the same thing to me. I think I've just got to go to game script. Like, who has the better day through the air? Is it going to be the Minnesota Vikings or is it going to be the Denver Broncos? I potentially think it's the Denver Broncos.
So then, go Patrick.
Tim Patrick.
Flex, full PPR, Drake or Mike Williams. I am going Mike Williams.
Mike Williams as well. The producer, Fields or Bridgewater? I'm going Fields.
Yeah, I'll go Justin Fields. He's got a super safe floor. I know Bridgewater has a smash matchup, but it doesn't. Even though we like Sutton and we like Noah Fant, it doesn't mean that his fantasy performance is going to be good. If you need a win, Scotty, and you go for the upside, I think Fields has the biggest upside, even in not an easy matchup this week for Fields.
Yeah, for sure. This question is a tough one. Saquon, Debo, or Allen Robinson for the flex. I mean, AJ, how good is your team?
Yeah,
this is your flex
Lamar
spot.
Jackson and Tannehill, Hurts, or Dak. He's in a very non-competitive league, maybe an
The
8-team
six-man
league or
league?
6-man league, Evans, AJ.
Damn.
Uh,
So Saquon right
so
now for me is running back 14 on the week. Who? Like, I expect that Saquon's going to be worked in progressively a little bit more each and every week. Is that enough though? Is that enough to hang with Debo? To hang with Allen Robinson? I mean, Saquon's going to have the highest floor. I think that is a certainty, especially with Justin Fields coming in. That's a little bit of an unknown for Allen Robinson. And then you got Debo. They're playing the Green Bay Packers. They're a little bit banged up at the running back position. I don't know, man. Like the ceiling probably is Debo Samuel. Sadly, the floor is probably Saquon Barkley. I think it all depends what you need.
yeah. We talked about Debo getting more work in the potential rushing game with basically the entire backfield all banged up and Sermon coming back from a concussion protocol. So yeah, Debo is a very safe spot. So I think I go, yeah, Debo, A-Rob, and Saquon. Even though Saquon's in a really good spot against Atlanta, we still haven't seen it. So just wait till you see it from Saquon.
Yeah,
I guess it's tough one.
That is a tough question, but your team is fantastic. To answer his quarterback question, Lamar Jackson or Tannehill, Hurts or Dak. I mean, if I can sit Lamar this week, I think I would. So I would go Tannehill. Lamar dealing with an illness, non-COVID illness, and then Hurts or Dak. I would go Dak.
Yeah, I go Dak. Dak is my 6th overall quarterback. Lamar I still have ranked higher, he has a really good matchup against Detroit, but it's possible the game script they just run the ball with Tyson a million times, and Lamar doesn't have to be the Superman he was against Kansas City.
Right.
So in that sense, if you need a high upside play, I think it could be a Dak. You're just hoping that Philly scores a bundle of points as well, so it's a bit of a shootout versus the Eagles. So Darius, we will get to your question. We'll get to every single question, guys. We're 44 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes real quick. We have new people watching. We will help you with your matchup. 15, 17 minutes until kickoff. We will get to every single one. Don't worry. Just make sure to like this video. It means a lot for the YouTube algorithms and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Travis Windsor, Tony Pollard, or Cordell or Patterson in a half PPR. I am going to roll Tony Pollard out in this situation.
Tony Pollard, I'm going there as well.
Donald, DeAndre Swift, Alexander Madison, or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm rolling out DeAndre Swift.
I'm going DeAndre as well. Graham is coming with Tyler Boyd or Rondell Moore.
Oof.
And that's close.
This one's tough.
We haven't seen it from Tyler Boyd yet, but now with Higgins out, he should see increased opportunity. It's not a good matchup against Pittsburgh. The matchup for Rondell Moore is really good. So I would say if you're behind in the matchup, needs a big week, go with the hot hand and Rondell Moore. If it's a full PPR league, I lean Boyd.
I'm going Tyler Boyd regardless.
Sounds
sorry,
good.
not Tyler Boyd. I'm going Rondell Moore regardless. Sorry.
Okay.
I just read the first name that came to mind. JML Sports, welcome back. I'm sure you were here last week and the week before, but I wasn't. So welcome. Good to see you. Pick 2.5 PPR Madison, Juju, Pittman, and Montgomery. I'm going to go with Juju and David Montgomery.
Yeah, I think I probably go the same. If safe play is the 2 running backs, though, with Madison and Montgomery.
Yeah. Van Gucci was Gucci. Lamar or Jalen Hurts. I'm going Jalen Hurts. Kind of fading Lamar a little bit this week.
Yeah, I would still go Lamar, but it's close.
It's just the illness piece that are they just going to run the ball a ton? Are they going to ask Lamar to be contained and not, use his legs as much as he did last week? Like that's a possibility. So I think I'd just go Jalen.
There we go.
Madison, Sanders, White, and Hunt. We need to pick 2 for our boy Darius here. Oh man. I think it's Sanders and Hunt for me.
Yeah, I lean that same way as well. We've talked about Madison and Hunt quite a bit here, and I think Hunt's usage is still safe enough that he could have the edge over Madison. With Landry out, the theory could be that Hunt is used in the slot a little bit more and gets more targets, and especially if Odell Beckham is limited, they could just use Hunt a little bit more. So that's kind of where we lean there, Sanders and Hunt, but it's pretty close, Darius.
Yeah. CMP 343, pick 2, standard scoring. Who plays standard scoring anymore? Just kidding. Trey Sermon, Javonte Williams, Chase Claypool, and Sony Michel. Chase Claypool is locked in for me, and then it really comes down to who do you think has the biggest game between Sermon, Williams, and Michel?
Yeah, it's probably projected that Sermon and Michel have a very safe usage because they're essentially the only running backs in their offenses. But Sony Michel is playing one of the toughest defenses in the league, and they are projected to pass a ton. That's how everyone is beating or is moving the ball against the Tampa Bay Bucks. So unless Sony Michel gets a bunch of checkdowns, he's not going to get a ton of work. I would say between 11 to 13 carries. And that's probably similar for Javonte. He's splitting the workload 50-50 with Melvin Gordon for the time being. So I think I lean Sermon and then Claypool.
I like it. AJ Evans, 10-team league. Backstory was for me, some people got a QB heavy in round 1 and Tonyan in round 2. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, AJ, your team, if you're deciding between Saquon and Debo and A-Rob for your flex spot, I mean, I think you're in good hands. I really think you're all right.
Crazy.
So good for you, AJ. That's
team.
awesome. Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
Unruly drip, Tannehill or Daniel Jones? Landon, you're the Daniel Jones truther here. So what are you doing?
No, I'm still going Tannehill, no question.
Okay.
Tannehill's my start of the week.
Right, he is. Gregory Basquell, KJ Osborne versus the Seahawks, or Cole Beasley versus the football team. Also in consideration, Sammy Watkins versus the Lions. Wow. I think I'm just going to go KJ.
I would lean Cole Beasley.
Okay. Pick 1, Corey Davis, Emmanuel Sanders, or Christian Kirk. All my wide receivers are injured. Yay. I'm going to go Corey Davis here, even though Christian Kirk has been rolling. It's been on the back of big, broken plays where he just kind of scrambles and gets open for Mr. Kyler Murray. Does that exist this week? Most certainly it probably does. But I'm still going to go with the target volume in Corey Davis, even though the matchup isn't as good.
Yeah, I go Corey Davis as well. I think he has a bounce back game.
Tyler, start CEH, Sermon, or Madison in a PPR. I told you we were going to get a lot of Clyde, Sermon, Madison, Damian Harris. I just had that feeling today, Lando. I'm still rolling out CEH for the record.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to flip-flop back and forth, so I'm leading Madison this week. Just because.
Greg Basquell, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. We do this each and every Sunday, 11:30 a.m. until 1 Eastern Standard Time. So 90 minutes before kickoff, your boy will be live. So come on in. We'll get your questions answered. We'll get you ready for the week. We got C. Fran the man. I have Evans, Thielen, Debo, Ridley, Ayuk, Shepard, and Cooks. Risked it and started Cooks, and I'm assuming I should start Ridley. So for the last spot, who should I start in a PPR league? I mean, look, if you're fine rolling out Cooks, I mean, clearly you have some cojones because Cooks was great. He's been great. Very, very underrated so far. So that really leaves us Thielen, Evans, Ridley, and Debo. I think with this list, you're okay to fade Evans, like Lando was saying earlier in the show. Thielen, Debo, and Ridley. I mean, I'm probably gonna go with Debo and Ridley between those two, but I mean, I'm okay if you roll Thielen too. I mean, he's been fantastic. The passing volume's been there for the Vikings. This is a good problem to have. Long story short.
Yeah. It's hard to go wrong with any of them. Thielen has that touchdown upside. Like if he has another 2 touchdowns, doesn't surprise anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Debo could be used in the running game more because of their lack of running backs, and who knows, Sermon could have another concussion.
Right.
Ridley always has the chance to be the number 1 wide receiver on the week. It's just it's tough to see Matt Ryan struggle so much. So I agree, Ridley's a good play, and then probably Debo. I have, let's see, I'm going to check my rankings here right now. I have Samuel and Thielen back to back.
Mm-hmm. It's close. It's so close. But these are all these are all top 24 options.
Thielen has a slightly better matchup. versus Seattle. So just go Thielen maybe.
C-Fran, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Looking forward to having you back next week. Also, as Rodgers or Hurts, I'm going to keep hot with Aaron Rodgers.
Again, back to my ranks. These are some of the toughest questions. I have Hurts slightly ahead, or one spot ahead.
Nathan, Robert Tonyan, or Mark Andrews? I'm going to go with Mark Andrews.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Rob Oldham, flex, Devonte Smith, Kenyon Drake, or Mike Davis?
In that sense, I think I'd go Mike Davis.
Yep. JP, you are welcome. Shelby, welcome in. Kenny Golladay or Myles Gaskin? If you are going to think that Kenny Golladay is limited, as it's been reported, I would probably roll Myles Gaskin in that sense. But I don't necessarily love the potential game plan for the Dolphins today.
Yeah, Myles Gaskin is essentially a fringe running back 2 for me this week. So I do think that Myles Gaskin is the play, though.
I do as well. Carlos, morning fellas. Should I start Hollywood Brown or Marvin Jones at the flex? I would go with Marvin Jones.
Yeah, non-PPR, I think Marvin Jones. We talked about trending or ending on our podcast last week, and I don't think Hollywood Brown is a trending candidate. He's had 2 touchdowns, and Lamar Jackson's only thrown 2 touchdowns. So, and a possible game script where they just run the ball against Detroit and they don't need Hollywood Brown. You want a shootout potential where Trevor Lawrence is passing it a ton.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd just go with Marvin Jones in a non-PPR format. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'm with that. Logan, Amari Cooper, or Debo Samuel? Whoo, boy. It does help if we know what kind of league, but this is gonna be close. Two top options.
Yeah, I technically have Amari Cooper ahead of my rankings, but with that rib injury, I could see fading him a little bit against Philadelphia.
Yeah. And I have Debo Samuel 3 ahead, so I'm gonna go Debo.
3 ahead. So, all right, you can stay in the flames with Debo Samuel.
Staying in the flames, Amari Cooper is questionable with that rib. I'm just gonna take one variable out of the equation and just go with Debo.
There we go.
Miles, OBJ, or Sterling Shepard. I think you got to stay hot with Sterling Shepard. He's just been solid for the Giants. Kenny Galladay's limited. That means someone's going to have to pick up the work, and OBJ's making his return. So let's go with the devil we do know, not the devil we don't.
Yep, that's an excellent way to word it. Tyler 21, Ridley or Woods, PPR league.
Ridley.
I do expect Woods to have a good bounce back game this week. I love it, but you're still projecting that a little bit too much. So I think I just go Ridley in a hopefully a passing friendly matchup.
Perfect. We also have Alexander Madison or Tyson Williams. I'm going Tyson Williams.
Perfect. I go Tyson as well. We're almost at 50 likes, guys. It's 5 minutes till kickoff. You can get your questions in. We'll answer every single one. Let's get to 50 likes. We wanted 100, but we're good with 50.
50's fine.
Thanks a lot, guys, for coming in. If you're watching the stream for the first time, get in our YouTube membership. It's only $5 a month, and you have a chance to win a Dalvin Cook signed jersey. One lucky member is going to win that. We only have about 10 people entered right now, so you have a really good chance to win, a 10% chance to win. It's only $5 a month. Mac has it in front of him. He's showing you the jersey, authentic signed jersey. It could be yours. It's for only $5 a month, and you're still helping the boys out. We'll get to every single question. Make sure. Oh, we got 50 likes. Thanks a lot, guys. You are awesome.
Let's go. Love it. Yeah, we like some of the stuff we want to do with this money is just like, paying for the podcast. We got to pay for the service. We got to pay for our streaming. We want to upgrade our mics eventually so that we sound a little clearer, a little crisper. Upgrading cameras, like we just want to improve the quality. It's not to put money in
needs haircuts.
I do. Look at this, man. Look at this. I mean, we're sponsored by Manscaped, but that only does certain regions. It doesn't do up here.
Yeah. All right. Pittman, Fournette, or Devonta Smith, non-PPR league. I go Devonta Smith.
I do as well. Even though Leonard Fournette is starting to carve out that role, still has to go up against the Rams. So, yeah, Devonta Smith for me. Fields or Carr? We've said before we're going Fields. And
go Fields. I like Fields this week.
Devonta Smith, CEH, or James Robinson in a half PPR. I'm going CEH.
Okay. That's close for me. C8, I think I go Devonta Smith. Peter, get it, boy. Rodrigo, last question before kickoff. Madison, Montgomery, Damian Harris, Jamar Chase, or Pollard. Standard league, pick one. I'm going David Montgomery.
You have to go David Montgomery. Secondary consideration, there's Jamar Chase for me, but I would go David Montgomery ahead. Griff, every single lineup is set. Let's go. 4 minutes until kickoff here. We will hang around right until the bell in case there's anybody that's coming in, but you guys got us to 50 likes. We are thrilled with that. Each and every one of you coming by, spending your morning with us and 8 into the early afternoon. Gaskin or James White? I'm going Myles Gaskin there.
I'm going Myles Gaskin as well, Joey. Thanks for coming in. Fernando, all right. Daniel Jones or Lamar since they play the Falcons. Mac.
I was going to kick it to you.
No, you've been down on Lamar all day. How far down are you?
You got to go Lamar.
Go Lamar.
You gotta go Lamar.
There we go.
You gotta hope for like a flu game narrative where Lamar just goes crazy. Man, I gotta see if there's anything I can do here in Gridiron tradition. I'm starting Freddie Swain. That's the world we're living in right now. This week, your boy lost Deontay Johnson, Elijah Mitchell. It's been a little bit ugly. I'm forced to start Brandon Ayuk. That's the world I'm living in. It's pain. It's pain, man.
But Mac, wait and see for Ayuk.
Honestly, instead of Freddie Swain, I'm just hoping there's a big play.
I know.
Instead of Ayuk, like I might start Bryan Edwards. I might start Elijah Moore.
Hey.
It's a losing cause, anyways, man.
Higbee or Goddard. They're back to. Or I've got Goddard a little bit ahead. Fernando. So it's close though. I like both guys. I like Higbee too.
It is worth noting though that Zach Ertz has been activated from the COVID list. So
he's playing.
Zach Ertz is projected to play, which does limit the ceiling for Goddard. So
sure.
Higbee's in higher consideration there. I think I might go with Higbee.
Yeah, sorry, we're no help. I go Goddard. All right, guys, good luck in all your week 3 matchups. Subscribe on your way out. We only have 9 people watching right now, but appreciate all of y'all. It was a great live stream.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, Mac.
Good way for me to come back. Looking forward to good luck this week. We're looking forward to next week already. Week 4, we will be here 90 minutes before kickoff on every single Sunday. We're going to leave here with a memory to our friend Mike Tagliere. Once again, good luck and get us on socials at @snap_fantasy. Can't wait to see you guys again.